Hi guys, so I wanted to show you around real quick what you're going to be doing for history today. You're going to be doing a little bit of review on the Constitutional Convention. That's what we were talking about last week. We started talking about the delegates and the decisions that had to be made when they met in Philadelphia to discuss how the government should be structured going forward from the American Revolution. We know that the Articles of Confederation were kind of a big fat flop after the revolution was over. They really did not give enough strength to the government, and the states had too much power. So we left off talking about the delegates that came together. They had to decide how the government should be structured, and they basically decided to make it two parts. But there was a lot of people there that had to agree. 55 delegates. Remember, everybody except for Rhode Island sent delegates. So they had a lot of work to do. And it took them a while, but they figured it out. Not all of it was great, but it was for the better of our country at the time. And the Constitution is still the document that we have today. It's still our government today, and which is kind of cool. It has been amended throughout history. But they might not have gotten it right with the Articles of Confederation, but they did a pretty good job with the Constitution. So you're going to start here, the Constitutional Convention. This is the first slide. Then you're going to go over here to step one, and you're going to click here. It's going to take you to a fun little quiz on to decide which founding father you are most like. And then you're going to type your answer right here where it says insert answer here. Go ahead and leave the ink color blue. That way I can easily tell what your answer is, but you can get rid of the parentheses anytime you see those. If for some reason you're having a hard time making this quiz work, you can just skip this slide. It's not the most important of the things you'll be doing today, but it is kind of a fun activity to do. Then you can go to step two. Again, click here. It's going to take you to a list of all the delegates that were at the convention, and you can find yours. Go ahead and answer these questions. Again, leave the font color blue and erase the parentheses. If needed, you can always highlight everything, and up here you can change the font size to something smaller if you need to, if you run out of room. And go to step three. Again, follow the click here, answer these questions. This one's pretty basic. Some of you might actually already know the answer. We talked about it, we mentioned it very briefly in class. Step four is just this video to watch on the preamble of the Constitution, and then the real meat of the day gets to be here. You're going to click on this link right here. It's going to take you to this website. It breaks down the preamble to the United States Constitution. The preamble, if you remember from the Declaration of Independence, it's kind of like the beginning paragraph to the document. The problem is, if you notice, I put it here, it is full of lots of big words and phrases that makes it very hard to understand, even for adults. So, what you're going to do is you're going to read through this article, and it breaks down what each main part of the preamble to the Constitution means. And each of those main parts are highlighted here in yellow. So, what you're going to do after reading through this, or as you do it, you are going to change these highlighted parts to phrases and terms that are easier for you to understand and easier for ordinary people to understand. So, instead of saying, in order to form a more perfect union, you are going to, after reading that section here where it says, in order to form a more perfect union, you are going to read through this and then, in your own words, replace this phrase with something that might be easier to understand. So that when you're done, we have a new preamble to the Constitution that means the same as everything that's written here with these big words and hard to understand phrases, but we have it written in a way that is easy for normal people like you and me to understand. Because the preamble to the Constitution is very important, but a lot of people tend to dismiss it because it is very challenging to understand. So, if you get stuck at any point in this, please feel free to email me. If it's my office hours, go ahead. You can call me. We can chat face to face through Google Hangouts. And if you need help setting that up, I am more than happy to help you. But otherwise, go ahead and have fun with this, and hope it all goes well.